Friends, good evening. Welcome to episode 74, our second to last of this entire project. We have made it almost all the way through the year, and we are coming up at the end. We shared the details of the live finale earlier today. It's going to be around 8 p.m. Eastern Time on New Year's Eve. We're going to just do it here on Facebook if we can. It seems to be the simplest, so hopefully you'll be able to see it happen in real time. Well, tonight we're going to get into something a bit involved, which is one of the reasons this waited till nearly the end. We're making Wesley's Gin-Fizz-Bangs tonight. Before we even get close to making a cocktail, we have a lot of prep to do. So we have some materials here, and make sure you wash your hands for this. Maybe take some jewelry off because it's going to be a little bit involved. You're going to get your hands right up in there. What we're going to make well in advance of making our cocktail, at least 2.5 hours in advance, we're making effectively a bath bomb type of thing that's gonna go into our cocktail later. So we do have a bath bomb mold that we procured from the local craft store. You can probably find them online, depends on where you want to look. We got some ingredients we got to get together in a certain order. So let's start with 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Put that in our bigger bowl that we're going to end up mixing with. To our baking soda, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of Aperol, the one and only recipe in this whole book that calls for this. Thank you so much, Aaron, for donating a bit for tonight's recipe so that I didn't have to buy this whole bottle. Next to that, we want to put in 2 teaspoons of orange concentrate. And then lastly, it calls for 1 teaspoon of orange food coloring. I only have red and yellow, so welcome to 2nd grade. Now, at this point, the only direction it gives is to work quickly to eliminate lumps. Not really sure all that entails, or really what tool would be best for that, but we're just going to try a scraper spatula and see if that does the trick. Well, I have no idea if I'm doing this right because this is a lot more watery, runny than I would think anything that needs lumps worked out of would be. But as you might have noticed, pretty much everything along the way here that required like a technical element like this, like chemistry type thing, yeah, they've all failed. So this would be no exception, but we'll see what happens. Well, if we're happy with that, we need to add in icing sugar, or as we may know it here in the US, probably powdered sugar. We're going to measure out 2¼ ounces, so this one's going to be by weight. 2¼ ounces of powdered sugar using our scale. 2¼ ounces of the powdered sugar going in. And next we want another 2¼ ounces of castor sugar. Again, the difference you might find in the US, look for superfine sugar. It's probably going to say something like that instead. So we need 2¼ ounces of that. Add our sugar in. And moving on, a couple more things. We need 1½ tablespoons of citric acid. We used this once or twice from several recipes ago. So we want 1½ tablespoons of this. Then our last ingredient is a bit of edible glitter. Whatever style, whatever color you got. Just put a bit of that in. And again, if we're doing this right whatsoever, who knows? Go ahead and mix this all up. And once it is all integrated amongst itself, we're going to press this into our bomb molds. Then it says to basically let sit out and harden for an hour or 2. That's all we really have to go on. So, I mean, I'm getting something here that kind of looks like it might be of the consistency that this should be kind of correct. We don't know. I mean, everything that they've given me is, in theory, edible, so there shouldn't be any problem there if anything goes wrong. But we will see what happens. Let's get this mixed up nice and good. Alright, that made quite a bit, much more than I was anticipating. For the glasses we're going to use, I don't know if anything very large would work to plop into the glasses once the drink is prepared. So I'm at least going to fill the two smallest ones of the kit that I bought. It also came with some larger sizes. I'm going to put those in as well to use it up. We'll just see what is going to work in a bit. So let's try this. Kind of a fluffy, airy consistency now. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Who knows? So I'm pretty sure this is not what is supposed to happen in the molds. But hey, we're staying consistent in failing in every one of these type of requirements. But we'll just let that sit there for the hour or two that it tells us to and see what happens. So I'm no expert, but I think we can categorically say that these did not turn out as portrayed in the instructions or the photographic examples that the authors put together. At the very least, we're going to see if they can just chemically serve their purpose and make the best of it. Here we go. Thank God the remainder of this is much simpler and hopefully idiot-proof. We're going to finish Wesley's Gin-Fizz-Bangs. Here we go. So 2 servings cocktail shaker with ice for each. Start with 2 ounces of gin. Then toss in 1 ounce of lemon juice. Go ahead and kick in 1 ounce of simple syrup. As far as the shakers go, that is it. Tops on and shake. Then we can empty each of these into wine glasses, strain them. After that, go ahead and top that off with lemonade. And finally, almost finally, garnish with just a slice of cucumber. And in the final moments, just before serving, take whatever version of this you were able to come up with and add that to each glass. Well, our seeming lack of reaction is a good indication as to why Josh took remedial chemistry in high school. Nonetheless, hopefully the ingredients that we have put in will be just as tasty, and let's make the best of it. So, number 74, Wesley's Gin-Fizz-Bangs. 1 more to go. See you guys on Saturday night.